So here I'm going to consider the parent function f of x, and this equals x cube. And I'm going to apply a sequence of transformation. That is, the first transformation is I'm going to find f of x minus 1. So when I do that, I get x minus 1 quantity cube. So this basically, that is, this transformation is transforms the graph of f of x to the right by 1 unit. So this transforms the graph of f of x by right by 1 unit. And then I'm going to apply the next transformation. That is, I'm going to find negative of f of x minus 1. And this equals negative of x minus 1 quantity cube. So this basically is g of x. So therefore, we can see that g of x is applied. We get g of x by transforming the graph of f of x equal to x cube to the right by 1 unit. And basically, this transformation, that is, when you take the negative of some function, it's basically a reflection over the x-axis. So this reflects over x-axis. So g of x is first obtained by transforming the graph of f of x equal to x cube to the right by 1 unit, and then reflecting over the x-axis. And this means we can choose the option A, which says that start with the graph of f of x equal to x cube and shift it right by 1 unit, which satisfies this, and then reflect it across the x-axis, which also satisfies the second transformation. So we choose the first option. We now graph this function. So first we start off with the graph of the function x cube. So this is the graph of the function x cube. And then we transform it to the right by 1 unit. So we can see that this vertex x equal to 0. And here the vertex is at x equal to 1. So when you do the transformation to the right by 1 unit, every coordinate transforms to the right by 1 unit. This is the graph of x minus 1 quantity cube, and then we have to reflect it over the x-axis. That is, if you can see this curve will reflected on the x-axis, so therefore it will once it is reflected, it will be like this. And similarly, this curve, that is this part of the curve, when it is reflected over the x-axis, it will be like this. And so therefore we will get the graph as like this when it is reflected over the x-axis. This is the graph of negative of x minus 1 raised to the power of 3. And we have also drawn this graph on the Desmos tool. So finally it looks like this. This is the graph of g of x equals negative of x minus 1 quantity cube.